Look at all these bikes. Oh, look at that one. Huh? Oh, look at this. Look at this one. You see this one?
You're like a kid in a candy store.
Two Joshes and their claim to fame. Two crazy dudes with identical names. Two Joshes having some fun. Two Joshes are better than one. Two Joshes just joshing around. Two crazy dudes in a wonderful town. Two Joshes having some fun. Two Joshes are better than one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Two Joshes having some fun. 'Cause two Joshes are better than one.
Okay, we are here at the Harley-Davidson Museum in beautiful Milwaukee. With us is Tim McCormick from the Harley-Davidson Museum. Tim, say hi to the people.
Ahoy!
Yes.
How's everybody?
Doing a great day here. Oh wait, there's another person here. Who could that be?
Yeah, hi, I'm also Josh Albrecht. That's Josh Albrecht. This is Joshing Around Milwaukee. And Tim, this is awesome. We're really glad to be here at the Harley-Davidson Museum. One of one.
You think this is awesome? I'm in a Josh sandwich here. Think of how
Holy
I feel
cow.
right now.
Holy cow, that's a whole new revelation.
First person to ever be excited about that, by the way.
Absolutely love it. And of course, we're sitting on some beautiful Harley motorcycles here on the campus in the Menominee Valley of Milwaukee.
Yes.
But you guys were smart. You bolted these in. We can't go anywhere. It's a good
Nice
call.
photo op. Please
Yes.
leave them here.
Yeah, and I am not licensed. Josh, are you licensed to drive?
I'm not. Is that something I can do here?
That not here. Once you do get your license, we have Saturday demos, and then you can take one of those off campus and ride up and down the Menominee Valley here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I see a part two. We're not even halfway through part one. I see a part two.
You've already envisioned
absolutely.
Being
The sequel.
Yeah, well, we better get, if we want to be a part of a big celebration, though, we're going to have to get on that permitting and that licensing. I don't think there's enough time to be ready for the 120th anniversary of Harley-Davidson.
Coming up in July here, July 13th through 16. The museum campus will be buzzing. Then on that Friday and Saturday, if you want to head down to Veterans Park, we've got people like the Foo Fighters helping us party, Green Day, a bunch of great other musical acts, as well as Nitro Circus is going to be there with their high-flying antics.
So cool.
The anniversary is iconic. It is part of the fabric of Milwaukee, fabric of Harley-Davidson. These are celebrations that literally take over the entire city.
I'd say southeastern Wisconsin, honestly. It is all over, and it's great how welcoming Milwaukee can be, because I will travel abroad and I will have some Harley gear on, and somebody will tell me about these great experiences they have had, either visiting the museum or coming for those big 5-year anniversaries that we've been throwing.
Yeah, and so this year, 120th is an amazing anniversary to be celebrating, and as you said, taking over the whole lakefront at Veterans Park.
Yeah.
I am extremely excited about Foo Fighters and Green
I know
Day.
a lot of people
But the beautiful thing is, like, you know, all the little things that are happening around whether it's beer gardens throughout the city at the county parks. Like you said, the activations here at the museum. The stage going, whether you're eating at Motor at the restaurant.
Bastille Days, if you still wanted to make a Bastille Days, you can still party with a bunch of bikers there. Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how it just transforms the community, and really Harley-Davidson has transformed the community from day one.
I would like to think so, but I'm a little biased.
Yeah. So, what is it about Harley-Davidson that brings in these fans from all over the world? I mean, you're here on the front lines, so to speak, talking to visitors who come from Asia and Africa and Europe and just down the road in Chicago. They all come here. It's like a pilgrimage. What's it like on the front lines?
I've heard other motorcycle journalists say that Milwaukee is by far the most welcoming, the greatest motorcycle city in the world. And that just goes down to the hospitality. It goes down to Harley-Davidson being a great community partner. We have called Milwaukee home for all of those 120 years. There's not many companies that can have that sort of legacy here. And still, to this day, we have Davidsons in the family still operating with us, working on the front line side by side here.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And then, of course, that legacy, you see it, you can touch it, you can explore it when you're walking through the museum, right? Like every step
Even
of the
before
way.
you get to the museum, you can feel it, you can touch it, right?
Hop on here and be a part of it in whatever way. One of my favorite things inside the museum is even the Evel Knievel bike. There's all these great pop culture things, right?
One of our my colleagues, he just retired, and we wish him the well. Bill Redenzel served the company for nearly 20 years. He would love to start out with his tour saying, we're like the Forrest Gump of motorcycles. You might not think that you like Harley-Davidson or that you know anything about Harley-Davidson, but then you start to get into the history and you see that we're there during so many major moments in America. Whether you were watching Wild World of Sports on Saturday morning with Evel Knievel jumping those buses, the March on Selma, those were police escorted marches. Harley-Davidson was at the front lines there. We've been a part of countless inaugurations now. Just whatever you bring to the table, Harley-Davidson has something for you, whether it's that history, that culture, design, whatever the case may be. It's a motorcycle, it's a brand, it's a company like no other. And then we get to throw these awesome parties.
Amazing parties.
I have such a great job that I get to greet people on a daily basis making their way to Milwaukee.
Yeah. I'm sure you get this question. Hey, I've got one day to be a part of the 120th anniversary. How do I even begin to choose which thing to do? I got one day. What am I doing?
I'm biased again. Come on down to the museum.
Hey, it's okay for you to be biased.
You can get that taste of history and heritage and learn more about the motor company. And we will be throwing a heck of a party here on campus as well. But you have to get yourself through the brochure and see what you want to circle, what might interest you. But like I said, all of our dealerships in the area, 5-6 dealerships, they'll be throwing parties. We've got block parties scheduled. Brady Street will obviously be, it's an amazing sight to see all the motorcycles lined up there. Whatever you do for that one day, you're going to have a blast.
And you should buy some merch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got to ask you about the merch. I got to ask you, because what I think is one of the coolest things about Harley is the shirts that people will get wherever they go. Like you see these shops everywhere. Even at Disney World, there's a Harley shop where you can get a Harley shirt.
Cancun or something like that.
It's insane. And people, it's like a collection for people. They're like, oh, well, I have to get a Harley shirt from here. Even if they didn't go, it's, oh, what do I get my dad for Christmas? Oh, there's a Harley store. Perfect. And they get it. It's so awesome that the community around Harley-Davidson has become so big that even a t-shirt can be so monumental in someone's life. It's great.
And it opens up conversations too. Oh, you went there, that, you own a Harley, you ride? No, but I just like the brand. And it's amazing here at the museum, we've got this 120 years worth of history in our archives. Sometimes they'll pull material out from the archives and reproduce those, and they're only available here at the museum.
So cool.
So you can take something home like that
wonderful.
and talk about what a great story there is behind this. This is just like the racing sweaters they were wearing back in the 20s and that kind of thing.
See, so that's very important. If you're coming to Milwaukee from out of town and you want to get, some local merch, there's one-time only merch, only during the 120th.
Here at the museum,
Super cool.
Yeah.
Collectibles for the collector and just the general enthusiast, right? Those who look into it.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of it. It's that lifestyle brand, living the brand,
exactly,
right?
yes,
Like living the brand of what Harley-Davidson is, what it represents, that sort of wild exuberance of the American way.
Freedom for adventure, right? Yeah.
I think I should be in your marketing team.
I think so too. Anything to get you out of where you are, Tim, I wanted to ask you about the bikes themselves. So first, if you had to guess, how many bikes do you think will be in the city of Milwaukee? I know it's a loaded question, but take a guess. How many bikes do you think will be here for the 120th?
Hundreds of thousands, I would guess. Like we've been taking calls all year long since we've announced that this is going to be taking place. They want to know what's happening at the museum. Will there be bike parking? People will have their bikes shipped over here.
Wow.
People will rent bikes if they need to and make a cross-country journey. We've actually got 5 or 6 rides that are coming in from various points of North America, all descending here on Milwaukee. So they will start in, I think Bill Davidson is going out east, making his way to Milwaukee, and they'll pick up riders along the way. So it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What that will attract, and we'll see how many we finally get in town here that weekend. This is the first time we're doing it in July. It's the height of summer. I think a lot more people will be able to make it because we've moved it to that.
Yeah, certainly probably a record-breaking year for sure.
I sure hope so. Yeah. Continue with the success that Wisconsin and Milwaukee have had in bringing tourism dollars to town. Yeah.
It's a great momentum and a great anniversary, 120th. But the museum is year-round.
Absolutely.
It's not just over the 120th.
Yes.
Milwaukee is home to the museum all year round.
I get so bummed when I hear my neighbors say, I've lived in Milwaukee X number of years and I've never been to... And it's just like when I lived in New York, going to the Empire State Building wasn't top of my list. But it definitely one of those things, you can only find it again here in Milwaukee.
And there's so many touch points that you guys do a great job of activating. So I mentioned the Motor Restaurant earlier. I love it. I'd love to bring my kids to it. It's a great family-friendly, great barbecue.
Yes.
Of course, cheese curds. You got the beer. And then there's a patio space.
Yep.
And it's right along the river. It's beautiful. It's a great restaurant, and you guys do a great job of being open every day for people to come and if you just want to go to the restaurant, go to the restaurant.
Have a beer, kick your legs up, look at the water pass by. Yeah. Located just about beautiful downtown Milwaukee. You can see some of the skyline right from here.
Yeah.
There's something else, Josh, to this too, where it's a sense of pride. Milwaukee has, the people that live here, they have a lot of pride in their city. And yet, if they don't know the story of Harley, and you're going to get asked, you're going to go somewhere and they're going to say, right, Milwaukee, Harley-Davidson, right? And if your answer is, yeah, that's there's motorcycles or something, that's not good enough. So it's almost, yes, you should definitely have checked it out if you live here, but have some pride in Milwaukee because Harley-Davidson is Milwaukee.
There is so much Milwaukee history in there. I can't even imagine how many pictures from the Journal Sentinel, Bradford Beach lifestyle shots, promotional shots. Yeah, as a Milwaukeean, you definitely have to have a little bit of knowledge of what's going on here.
And then one of the other things that is a can't miss event besides the 120th. All through the summer, you've got the rallies every Thursday night.
Thursday night, bike nights, all wheels welcome, we like to say, whether you're coming on your scooter, your roller skates, motorcycle, whatever the case may be.
Tricycles.
Absolutely. We've got special trike parking just for Joshes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
But I'll put the sidecar on for you. Okay.
That's
Josh in there.
That's our album cover.
But that's free live music every Thursday. Again, Milwaukee's got a great tradition of rolling out the carpet or rolling out a little piece of lawn, throwing out some live music. We do get some great bands, some phenomenal acts that play throughout southeastern Wisconsin here. But to be honest, a lot of people are coming just to look at the rolling sculptures, just to talk, shoot the breeze a little bit. Oh, I modified my bike this way. I got it this time. I took it out to Sturgis this year. Just great stories. And that extends from the museum. We have a great collection of vehicles and motorcycles, yes, but it's the stories behind there that we really 100%. Like to focus on.
Yeah, I love that. And then you help people, perfect segue, listen to the segue. You help people write their own stories. Because you have a special event space here too.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Weddings, anniversaries, retirement parties,
whatever.
Corporate events.
Prom season is a very, very busy time for us. Whatever the event. So awesome. Whatever the event, we've got many different spaces, indoor, outdoor. You want to buy out the whole campus. We've had that happen before. Just a tremendous asset, a jewel in Milwaukee to show off.
And with a major brand comes some major credibility. It's not out of the question for maybe a celebrity to show up every now and then, right?
I've been sworn to secrecy for who might be showing up over the anniversary weekend.
You can tell us. No one's watching. It's fine.
But my favorite is we had our good friend Jason Momoa visit a couple years back, and we had at least one, maybe even 2 or 3 curators ready to show him around. But that dude was like a kid in the candy store. We could not keep him contained. He was jumping around, just super thrilled to see all the motorcycles, and he's not the only one to act like that.
That's right. Special request from my children: if Chris Evans ever comes in a Captain America uniform,
right.
give me a call.
Special request from me: if Chris Evans ever comes in a Captain America uniform, please let me know.
But it's just so exciting to be here. We appreciate you taking the time to talk through the 120th anniversary with us. The beauty that is the museum and the campus and all the great things you can do here. The merch, don't forget the merch. Anything that we didn't cover today that is just quintessential that we need to let the people know about?
I would just ask everybody to stay tuned to our socials, to hdmuseum.com. All year round, we've got a calendar full of events. There's always something happening. Please, yes, do join us for the 120th, but don't forget we're here all year round as well.
Fantastic. All right, thanks so much, Tim. And thank you all for listening and joining us today. We had a beautiful time here at the Harley-Davidson Museum, and maybe, if we're lucky, one day, Josh and I will have licenses, and you'll see us cruising down the highway.
You know what? I'm going to get mine right now. I can't even wait.
You can't leave.
I'll see you later, man.
And we came here together. Let's die.